Hi beautiful people, you're welcome to yet another tutorial video. My name is Chinyere Chichi for short. If you are new here, you are most welcome, and for my returning subscribers, you are the absolute best. Thanks for always coming back. And in today's video, guys, I'll be teaching us how to cut this very beautiful cut together collar jacket. And if you're interested in this tutorial, then switch right back, relax and enjoy. Please do well by clicking on the subscribe button, put up your post notification bell to get notified whenever I put up a new video. Thank you. And I'm going to start by leaving a space at the upper parts of the pattern paper and at the side, just like this. So I'll be marking out, let's say, 5 inches on the upper part of the cardboard paper, of the pattern paper, and then also I'll be doing the same thing to the side of the pattern paper. So I mark another 5 inches all the way. This is to accommodate the collar area of the jacket. To quickly point out something very important, please note that in shirts and jackets, the back part of the jacket or shirt always falls to the front. Okay, the shoulder line is not exactly on the shoulder line, it always falls to the front by some inches, some 1, some 1.5, and some 2. Okay, so for this jacket, I'm going to be taking out at least half an inch or 1 inch from every vertical measurement, okay, so that the back can fall to the front just like a shirt or a jacket for proper relaxation on the neck and shoulder area. Okay, so for all the vertical measurements, I'm going to be taking out half an inch or 1 inch. Please take note. Okay, so these are the points: the armhole, the breast point, the underbust, and then the half waist. And then I mark the same thing at the other side of the cardboard paper. Okay, and I join all the points together. Okay, so this is the armhole, this is the breast point line, this is the underbust line, and here we have the half waist line. This is where the length of the jacket will terminate because it is actually a dress. Okay, so this is the length of the jacket, and next I'll be getting the horizontal measurement, and I'll be starting with the armhole measurement. And here I'm going to be dividing the armhole by 2, which would give me 8, and this is the armhole measurement. I'm marking all the way to the armhole length. So here is our armhole measurement, and then I cover out the armhole just like this. And next is the neckline measurement mark out. So this is the neckline. I'll be using 2.5 by 4 inches. Please note that for the neck depth, for the neckline depth, how low you want your lapel to be or how high determines the depth of your neckline. Okay, so for this lapel, I want it to be a bit like the edge of the lapel to come down a little bit, and that is why I'll be using 4 inches. If you want it a little higher, you can use 3 inches, but for this one I'm going to be using 4 inches because I want the lapel to be not to be too close to the neck area. Okay, so that is why I'm using 4 inches. You can use 3, you can use 3.5, depending on the location of your lapel, so that when it falls to the other side of the chest, it falls exactly where you want it to be. So please take note of this very point I've just noted. There is no specific measurement for the depth of the neck. It depends on how low you want your lapel to be or how high you want your lapel to be at the end of the day. So it depends on the look you want to achieve. So next, I curve out the neckline area just like this. So this is the neckline area. Next, I'll be coming down by 1 inch at the shoulder line area. To mark the shoulder line, I'll be coming down by 1 inch, and then I join it to the neckline area just like this. And next is the dart area, and to get the dart, you divide the breast distance by 2. So the breast distance here is 7 inches, so I divide by 2 to give me 3.5. So this is the 3.5 mark out point. So I join it with the straight line this way, and in between the 3 inches, in between this line, I'm going to be marking ½ inch on both sides of the line. So this is ½ inch on both sides of the line, so I mark ½ inch at the half waist and ½ inch at the underbust, and then I join them with the straight of a line just like this. And next I'll be joining the point to the breast point measurements with a pointed edge, just as you can see. So we have our dart area ready. Let's proceed, but before I do that, I forgot to write out all the points just like this. That is the armhole, the breast points, the underbust, and then the half waist. I should have done this earlier. So next I'll be marking out the horizontal measurements, and they all begin from this particular point. Okay, so the horizontal measurement, like we all know, we're going to be dividing it by 4 plus seam allowance. Okay, so for the bust, which is 38, I divide by 4 to give me 9.5. So this is the 9.5 point, and then my seam allowance. And then I move down to the under bust area, which is 32 divided by 4 will give me 8, then plus the dart allowance. This is the dart allowance, and then the seam allowance. And then next I move over to the waist side measurement, and I do the same thing, the waist divided by 4 plus the dart allowance, and then the seam allowance. And next I'll be joining the points together to give me the shape of the jacket. So this is the body, and at this point our basic body pattern is ready. I did this for the sake of those of us that might not know how to draft out a basic body pattern before you continue with the jacket itself. So this is for you, but for those of us that already have a knowledge or how to draft out our basic body pattern, this actually will be a walkover for us. Being said, with our basic body pattern ready, we can proceed over to the jacket area or the collar area of the jacket itself. This is why we have these spaces here. So next I'm going to be extending this point by 3 inches. So I'm going to be extending by 3 inches all the way, and the 3 inches is going to be shared. 1 inch out of the 3 inches is going to be for the overlapping of the button area of the jacket, and then the other 2 would be for the extension of the lapel. Remember, this extension depends on how long you want your lapel to be, so it is at your own discretion. If you want your lapel to be a bit minimal, fine, and if you want it to be a bit bolder and all that, that determines what you add to the extension of your lapel. So for me, I think this 2 inches is enough for me. I'm okay with the 2 inches, but if you want it smaller or you want it bolder, then you can use your discretion. So this is the 1 inch for the button overlapping area of the jacket. And next I join the point with the help of a straight line, just like so. So here is our button area allowance. So next I'll be marking out the other 2 inches, which is for the lapel allowance. Okay, so this is the 2 inches I'm going to be marking all the way to this point. So here is the 2 inches. Guys, please, if at this point you haven't subscribed, please do well by clicking on the subscribe button. Do not forget to put up your post notification bell to get notified whenever I put up a new video. Thank you, guys. So here we have both the button allowance and then the extension of the lapel allowance. And next I'll be extending this to this point, and that is determined by how low or high I want the lapel to be, just like I said initially, by the time it falls over to the chest area. So the depth here is going to be determined by how I want the lapel to look like by the time it falls on the chest area. So for me, I want it to be a little bit lower, not close to the neckline area, and that is why I'm marking it down this way. And next I'll be joining this point to the 1 inch button allowance area. So I join it this way. So this is ready at this point. And next I'll be moving over to the upper area of the collar. So I'm going to be extending this point upward this way, but remember, it's not straight. Take note, it's not straight, it's a slant line. So you extend the upper part of the neckline with the slant line, just like so. And this extension is going to be by 3.5 inches, and the measurement you are going to be using at this point is determined by the circumference of the neck area of the back. Okay, so I'm sure at this point you should have your back ready, or you should know exactly what you should use. So the circumference of the neckline area determines what you are going to be using here. So I'm going to be using 3.5 inches at this point. So I mark out 3.5 inches, and I'm going to be extending it by 3 inches. And this extension, this length here, is determined by the width of the neckline that you want to use. For me, I want to use 3 inches. You can use lesser than that, you can use more than that. So that determines also the measurement you are going to be using at this point. So I'm going to be using 3 inches, like I said, and I'm marking out the 3 inches just as you can see. So this is the width of my collar. And then I join these points to this point with the help of a curve rule. I join this point to this point, and the collar area of the jacket is ready, guys. And this is what yours should be looking like as well if you do everything, or you get everything right. Okay, so this is what the front part of our jacket looks like. This is coming out already like exactly what I wanted. So next, at this point, please note that this point, because it's a cut together jacket, I'm not going to be leaving this pointed this way. I'm going to be curving it out so that it can take the shape of the the neckline of the back as well. So I'm going to be curving out this point to this point. I'm not going to be leaving it pointed just as it is. Okay, just like I said, this is to accommodate the shape of the neckline of the back as well. Remember that our neckline curving is always curved, so that is the reason why I'm taking this. This is a cut together jacket. Remember, this is why it is going this way. So the next thing is to be cutting out all the marked out pattern area. So this is what I would be doing. So watch exactly where I am cutting to note what to cut and what not to cut out. So this is the front part of the jacket, almost ready as I cut out. Please also click on the subscribe button if you haven't done so, guys. Thank you. And guys, the front part of our jacket is ready. This is ready, looking beautiful. So this is what it looks like. And at this point, guys, I want to point out something very important. The back part of the jacket, I didn't want to include a back part in this tutorial, not in order not to make the video too long, okay? Because I believe that anyone that wants to do a jacket, of course, you already know how to cut a basic body pattern. So for the basic, just in case, or for those of us that will need more clarity, if you want to cut out the back, you are going to be cutting out everything I've done on this part is what you are going to be doing to the back, except for that this neck collar area extension. Apart from that, every other thing I've done on this area is what you'll be doing at the back. And the depth of the back also should be 2 inches maximum, okay, not as deep as this one in front. So that is the only difference between the back basic pattern and the front one of this jacket, just like this. Every other thing I've done on this part is the same thing you are going to be doing to the back, okay? So having said that, guys, this is what your jacket should be looking like. The pattern of your jacket, you can see this is the collar area. You can see this is what it cut together jacket should look like, guys. See you in my next video where I'll be showing us how to stitch our jacket together. This is such a beautiful piece, guys. I love this. This is looking very beautiful. I love how I played around with the combination and all that. So guys, let me know what your thoughts about this jacket in the comment section. Do not forget to like, do not forget to subscribe, do not forget to give this video a huge thumbs up, guys. Please do not forget to give this video a huge thumbs up because this is really beautiful. Thank you, guys.
Thank you for everything we're aiming